going on, fellas? Welcome back to the channel. It's Honey Hayden, and today we're going to go over my UFC 317 picks. So we got a banger card for International Fight Week coming up this Saturday, June 28th, and let's get into her. We got a lot of banger matchups on this card. We got Ilya versus Charles. Ilya's jumping up a weight class to 155 after he vacated his belt. He's beat two legends. He's knocked out Max Holloway. He's knocked out Alexander Volkanovski. And he decided that he's coming for all the marbles. He's taking on Charles Oliveira for the 155-pound title. It's going to be a good one. Then we got Alexander Pantoja versus Kai Kara-France. Pantoja's the flyweight GOAT as of right now, taking on Kai Kara-France in the long-anticipated rematch from the Ultimate Fighter. So that one should be interesting. And then we got Brandon Royval versus Joshua Van. Joshua Van just fought like 3 weeks ago, and he's already back in action against the number one flyweight in the division, Brandon Raw Dog Royval. So this should be a good one as well. Then we got Beneil Dariush versus Renato Money Moicano. Beneil's on a little bit of a skid, and Renato's coming off of a loss to Islam. So this should be a good one. Money Moicano is looking to improve his ranking in the lightweight division, potentially fight for a title again. So let's get into it, fellas. First matchup, we got Money Moicano. He's 20-6, coming off of a loss to Islam after taking that fight on a day's notice. He's looking to bounce back. Renato Moicano is a really good black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's got some good hands, and he's coming off of a couple good wins, aside from the loss to Islam. But Beneil, 22-6, he's on a little skid, but he's also a really good black belt in jiu-jitsu. Also some good kickboxing. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. If I had to choose, though, I'm going to go Renato Moicano. Second fight, we got Brandon Royval versus Joshua Van. Royval is a long striker, and he's very unorthodox. He's got very good grappling as well. He likes to create scrambles, and he's walking in here with a record of 17-7 with 13 finishes. And this is going to be a banger, guys. I'm really looking forward to this fight because we got Joshua Van, who's a young striker, very, very good boxing, and really good defensive grappling. He's 14-2, 9 finishes with 7 KOs. And I'm going to have to go Joshua Van in this one. He's coming off of a very good win, very good performance in his last fight. He fought just 3 weeks ago, and he's jumping right back in. It's telling me he's very confident. So I'm going to go Joshua Van by decision on this one. Next one up, we got Alexandre Pantoja versus Kai Kara-France. Kai Kara-France is 25-11 with 15 finishes, and 13 of them coming in the first round. He's coming off a first-round KO versus Steve Erceg. And Pantoja's on a tear right now. He's considered the flyweight GOAT, in my opinion at least. He's 29-5, 19 finishes, 10 of them in the first round. And he just beat Kai Asakura, Steve Erceg, Brandon Royval, Brandon Moreno, and Perez in his last 5. So this one should be interesting. Kai Kara-France has got some dynamite. He's got some power in his hands. So if he catches Pantoja, I think it could get interesting. But I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to go Alexandre Pantoja by submission in the 4th round. 4th round submission by Alexandre Pantoja, and further cementing his legacy as the flyweight GOAT. And finally, the one we've all been waiting for. Ilya versus Charles do Bronx Oliveira. This is going to be a banger. Ilya's 16-0, 14 finishes, and he is lethal everywhere. He's very good on the ground, and he's got dynamite. And I mean dynamite in his hands. But he's also got very good wrestling, very good jiu-jitsu. So we haven't really got to see it all that much because he's just knocking everybody the fuck out. So this one could get interesting. Charles is an absolute legend. He's got a record of 35-10, 31 finishes, and 21 by submission. He's been in the UFC for over a decade. I believe it's 15 years and running. He's a legend. Looking at Charles' last 10-plus fights, he's beat Chandler by a decision. He lost a very close fight to Arman Tsarukyan, which, in my opinion, he won. He's had a locked-in Darce at the end of the 3rd round. Nonetheless, close fight. KO'd Beneil Dariush, lost to Islam, subbed Gaethje, subbed Dustin, beat Tony in a decision, subbed Kevin Lee, KO'd Gordon, KO'd Lentz, and the list goes on. This dude's a savage. So this is a very tough fight for both of these guys. Most people, I think, are, assuming that Ilya is going to come in here and just put Charles' lights out, which is very possible. Very possible. But we're talking about Charles Oliveira here, who has 31 finishes. 31. And this dude's very good at what he does. So my heart is saying Charles. It's saying Charles, but my head, my dome is saying Ilya. But let's look at the matchup here. We got Ilya. He's walking around at about 5'6", 5'7", and Charles is very big compared to Ilya at 5'10", 5'11", and he's very strong. Very strong. Ilya is going up an entire weight class. So weighing all my options, I'm going to go Charles. 3rd round submission. I don't think Ilya's fought someone who's going to walk him down like Charles is going to and put the pressure on him, press forward. And I think the tie clinch is going to wear Ilya out. He's never been put in those types of positions before, especially from a taller, lankier guy like Charles, who's going to put his weight on top of him, wear him down, and potentially knee him in the lips in that tie clinch. So 3rd round, I think Charles is going to hurt Ilya. And I think we're going to see a similar sequence like we did against Justin Gaethje. I think Charles is probably going to hurt Ilya pretty bad. There's going to be a scramble, and Charles is going to lock up a submission. That's all she wrote. So I can see it going both ways, though. But if I had to absolutely choose, I'm choosing Charles, 3rd round submission. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and that's my UFC 317 picks. I'll see you on the next one. Deuces.